My procedure for removing the algae from the pool during the hot months of the summer, first of all, I end up putting in liquid chlorine to shock it. That will kill the algae. And then I add a flocculant, which settles all the dead algae to the bottom of the pool. Then I have a electric pump that runs off 115 volts. And I take a regular garden hose and anchor it to my skimmer pole, and then using the pump, I can pump out all the dead algae, and then the exfill of the pump goes to my compost pile in the back, which tends to be on the dry side. So this is a time-lapse video of cleaning up the bottom of the pool algae. Next project is to wash my goldwing. First thing I do is wet it all down, and I like using the mist setting on the nozzle. You have more control on the water and it doesn't get all into the electronic components and stuff, but it still gets the bike wet enough that you can then wash it with some soap. I like using Zip Wax car soap, and this is just a regular application pad. One side has got some rough surfaces for the bugs and stuff, and the other side is a real soft mitt. Here I'm spraying off the dirt from the mitt before I throw it back into the soapy water. And then I'll rinse just the front part that I've washed with the Zip Wax. And then I'll repeat by doing more washing and rinsing, washing and rinsing. Here I'm starting with the windshield and then the console and moving back towards the back part of the bike. Again, being careful not to get a lot of water in some of the electrical components. Now we'll wash off the mitt before throwing it back into the soapy water, and then start rinsing the soap off of the part that we just scrubbed with the mitt. Here we're starting on the seat area. So far I've had pretty good luck using this soap right on the seat. Haven't had any detrimental effects of many years of doing it this way. Again, we rinse the dirt off the mitt first, and then we'll rinse the soap off the bike. I think the most important part is wiping it dry, and I use a chamois. It's actually a cloth made by Norwet, and this really works well. Usually fold it up, unfold it as I use it. Once the chamois gets wet, I like flipping it over to the dry side and then keep unfolding it to reveal dry surfaces. After a while, you run out of dry surfaces, so you just have to wring it out. Next project is to use this Hoover steam cleaner to clean this carpet. Once you complete a section going one direction, I rotate it 90 degrees and go back again. I find that this actually works pretty well because the carpet is pretty wet at that point, so a lot of the stuff is easily removed that you missed the first time. Once the dirty water container gets full, there's a float that shuts the water flow into the container off so you can empty it. I took the dethatcher and went down my trail and went around the dam side of the pond. When I first started, I didn't have any weight on it. Then later on, I put about 30-40 pounds of rocks on it. So this is the trail going to the dam. All the ryegrass I had planted this spring has, of course, have all died out, which I planned on that happening. So this is just an interim period. I might throw some rye down just to see what happens, but this fall we'll definitely plant some more rye back in here. 3 weeks later, I'm back working on the path to the pond. This is where we buried the 4-inch black drainage pipe. The next day, I thought I would rake up these exposed rocks, but it didn't work very well. So I switched from that task to raking the top of the dam over by the tree there. I was involved on a project with Brindley Hardy to investigate two different installation manuals for their dethatchers. After finishing the installation, I wanted to test it out, as it is complete with a lever to lift up tines up off the ground for transport. My current dethatcher doesn't have this feature. Since I wanted to put another round of ryegrass around the garage here, I thought I would just use this dethatcher to loosen it up first. Although the lever does lift it up high enough to transport across asphalt or concrete, it doesn't help in my pine straw issue. So I still have to lift up one end of the dethatcher and then the other and remove the pine. You can see here while backing up, I have the lever lifting the tines up, and then to go forward again, I lift them back down. I decided I wanted some more penetration with these tines, so I got a cardboard box that had about 50 pounds in it, and now you can see how that does with a little bit of weight on it. Finish up with some rye seeding. It's now the next day. We're going to get some compost and put it over the dam areas that we raked up yesterday. Second load. I need to take time out from this work to sharpen the garden hose for my wife. Here we're moving over to the grinding wheel with the finer stone. Testing out the new cut. I always like to finish out the sharpening with a file. I didn't like what I saw after the filing, so back to the smooth wheel for some more touch-up. Final touch-up with the file, and we're good to go. The next day, I'm spreading some compost over the newly spread rye grass seed. I sort of use this compost combination fertilizer and also sort of like straw. It seems to mend the ground pretty well and hold the moisture. At the same time, leaving the new grass come up through it. I'm going to go around and pick up some of the pine straw and the leaves that I have piled up different areas of the yard. I'm going to go get the dethatcher and do some more roughing up the ground in a different area. Time to remove more pine straw. adding some more weight to the dethatcher. I want to put a little bit of weight on this, but I think it's going to be top heavy, so I'm going to go search around for something else. I'm going to try it without strapping it down, but I may regret my decision. We'll see here shortly. I needed to remove some of the pine straw, so I had to take the weight off, remove the pine straw, and then put the rake back on. Give you a quick look at the whole circuit now. Next step is to put grass seed down. Putting some rye seed down. This pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, I will be removing my John Deere X300 deck to sharpen the blades. Again, thanks for watching. I would love to hear any comments. Please place them in the YouTube comment section.